Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to discuss autumn related movies, and with me in the video I have the great YouTuber himself, Mike Bartlett.
Thanks, Nikolai.
We're going to discuss some movies that either takes place during the autumn or has a autumn-like quality. And Mike, you have sent me some movies that you like, and I have sent you some that I like. And we can start off with the first one that you have written down, A Tale of Autumn.
Yeah, I know that was a kind of obvious choice, the title, but I do really love that film. It's part of Eric Romer did this series of films set in different parts of the year, and it's just a lovely film about this woman. She works in a vineyard,
Hmm.
and she hasn't been with anyone for years. She's a widow, and her two friends are trying to hook her up, and it's kind of like a sort of Shakespearean comedy because they make out to the guys that they're going out with them, but then they're really trying to get her off with this main woman. And it all goes
Okay.
a bit wrong at this party at the end, but it all resolves itself, you know. But it's just such a lovely film. And it's a sort of, it's a very adult film, you know. Everyone in it is, it's a kind of silly Shakespearean comedy, but everyone's an adult and you're believable and you like to spend time with them on screen. And actually, I mean, for me, autumnal films are quite sad. They're quite sort of
Hmm.
like looking back, it's sort of tinged with
Yeah.
regret, you know. And but I actually find this film lighter than that. But
Hmm.
it was just the first film I thought of, really.
Interesting. I have actually never heard about it before.
Yeah,
So,
it was one of
uh,
his
so
later films, I think, sort of late 90s.
Yeah, I read, was it the 98 or something like
Yeah,
that? I
yeah.
saw, but it's the one I have to. The thing about Eric Romer, the director, I don't. It's one of those directors I haven't got totally into yet. I know he's quite popular, but there's a lot of films of his I haven't seen.
Well, he made a lot of films, so it's quite hard
Yeah,
to. Yeah.
when what was it? One of his? Does he still live?
No, no, he died, I think, in about 2009, 2010, somewhere around.
Okay,
Yeah,
so this is one of his last films.
yeah. And it's got that feel about our last film. It's quite relaxed. It's quite sort of wise, you know. It's quite a gentle film, but it's really enjoyable and really well acted.
Okay, but his films are very dialogue heavy, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah,
It's
yeah,
it's lots of people talking to each other. I mean, some people don't like Eric Romer. There's that
yeah,
famous line in that Gene Hackman movie, Night Moves, where he says,
yeah.
"I saw an Eric Romer movie once. It was like watching paint dry."
And that Night Moves, by the way, could also have a feeling of autumn. Actually,
Absolutely, yeah, it could, yeah.
that's a great one. I haven't seen it for years, but I like it.
Oh, it's fantastic. The ending of that still haunts me to this day.
Yeah, it's
Incredible
very
ending.
creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, I've the first one I chose was E.T., the
Yeah.
Steven Spielberg film, and it was the first film that came to my mind. And you mentioned in your email that you also thought it could have a summer feeling to it.
Yeah, well, I think I saw it in the summer. And you know,
Yeah.
it's got that for me, like that American suburbs and the boys on the bicycles and they take off. It's something
Mm.
very summery and but it is quite a sad film actually, isn't it? At the end,
Yeah.
towards the end, blimey. The last
Yeah.
third is like
Exactly. I think it's one of those Spielberg films that moves me the most.
yeah.
But the thing is, I have a sort of mixed feelings about the beginning of E.T. I don't really like the kids in the beginning. I find them quite annoying.
I know what you mean.
But as soon as E.T. Is together with them, I really get hooked and emotional about. E.T. is one of the greatest uh, alien creatures that's made for films. I feel.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And what I think the reason I thought you mentioned it's quite sad, but I also feel like some of it is taking place during Halloween.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, but also you know it is perhaps the one of I think Spielberg has made a lot of iconic movies, but it's one of those that sticks with me the most.
Yeah. You know what? I thought because I saw the movie when I was 10 and I bought the little
Hmm.
CD, the single, the vinyl single of the soundtracks. I loved it so much. And it meant a lot to me. But when I revisited it as an adult, it was different. I don't know if he's re-edited it. And
Okay.
there was lots of swearing in it. And
Hmm.
I was quite surprised by that. Had a different feel to it.
But
But
wasn't E.T. one of those he makes some changes in terms of also with something with guns? There was some of the police that has
that,
guns in the original. Yeah.
yeah, that's right. And it was a different movie. Uh, Actually, but it felt more adult to me watching it as an adult. So I
Yeah.
don't know how that works really.
Interesting. Interesting. Yeah. That's cool. Um, you have chosen a Woody Allen film also.
Well, Woody Allen, when you asked me about autumn, the first thing I think about is colors. All the brown
Hmm.
and reds and golds in the trees,
Yeah.
and that kind of light in autumn. And Woody Allen uses that a lot. But also, there's a lot of Woody Allen films that are quite sad.
Yeah. And
And
a bit
Crimes and
gray.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And Crimes and Misdemeanours is a very dark film for Woody Allen. There's this guy, he's a doctor, and he's having this affair with this woman, and she's threatening to change his life. So he has her murdered.
I haven't, I've only seen it recently. Before in many years, I couldn't get hold of it, but I have seen it now, and I totally get what you mean. And what I think about is a bit I like about the ending is like when you think about it, Woody Allen's character is kind of you more want him to succeed,
Yeah,
and but in the end, it's Martin Landauer's character who does some very criminal stuff, who gets away with what he does.
yeah. And there's that scene when they meet on the piano stool, isn't there? They talk about their lives, and that's what I mean about the autumnal thing. There's a sort of bittersweet feel to the film. It's quite
Yeah,
funny in places. The whole
this,
Woody Allen stuff is very funny, but
yeah,
there's this kind of darker strain running through it, and I think that's brilliantly done. I think he holds the balance really well.
yeah, yeah, definitely. I like there was one comparison. Was it his brother-in-law? He compares him to Mussolini, wasn't it, in the film? I like that joke.
And I love the joke where the bit where he's in the apartment with Mia Farrow and Alan Alda's called her to come and be with him, and he's like, "No, no, you'll be close together." His acting in that is fantastic,
Yeah,
so good.
yeah, yeah. It's an interesting film. If I have a small issue with it, is like I don't like the flashback scenes in it.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say yes. It's not perfect, but
No,
um, but I think it's the film that sort of most expresses how Woody Allen sees the world, if you know what I mean.
definitely, definitely, yeah.
And
And he has used that element in some of his other films as well, some flashbacks.
yeah,
So it's totally Woody Allen style. It's just sometimes when he goes back, I'm like, I just want to move forward.
yeah, sure, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's an interesting film.
Yeah, I like it. I think the acting or the casting is so good.
Very
Angela
good.
Houston and Martin Landau are so good.
Yeah, yeah, and even the sister, I can't remember the name of her. She's not in it that much. Woody Allen's the one who plays Woody Allen's sister in it. I think she's quite funny in some some ways also.
Is it Diane Wiest? I can't remember. I don't.
Can't remember either. I have to look it up. um, yeah, but good film. I've chosen the Polanski film Tess,
Oh yes.
and I know it sort of some people have very much mixed feelings about it. But personally, it's one of my favorite Polanski films, and I can't really remember when it's taking place in which time of the which season of the year. But it's very like it becomes very gray and rainy and also very dark near the end.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think the cinematography in that film is lick the screen gorgeous. It's
yes,
incredible. It's so good.
and I also really like I don't know if you remember, but the music in it is quite good as well.
Yeah, yeah, it is quite moving. Yeah, I can't remember who's the
Yeah,
composer. Yeah,
no, I don't know if it was Philip Sade, but I'm not completely sure. I'm not sure. But good music, good performance as well. And I also find some of it, even though it's heavy, I do find it quite moving. Also the relationship between Nastasia Kinski and Peter Firth's character.
yeah.
They're kind of doomed from the beginning.
Peter
Uh,
Firth is always doomed in every film.
yeah, yeah. But you're not so keen on the film, isn't that right?
Well, yeah, it's partly because I'm not so keen on Thomas Hardy. I
Hmm.
studied Thomas Hardy at school, and I always had a problem with Thomas Hardy because there's everything bad happens to his protagonists. They never have a nice moment, do they? Everything
No.
awful happens to them. and it
Yeah.
used to kind of drive me a bit crazy. I also, the thing about Tess is, I was never sure about Nastasia Kinski. I mean, she's beautiful and wonderful actress, but I don't know if I saw her in that role, to be honest. I don't know if I thought
Hmm.
she was properly cast. I don't know.
Okay, interesting. I have to see next time I will see it. I will have that in mind if I feel the same because personally I find her to be good in it.
I think she is good. I just don't know whether I think he could have picked someone who's more believable in the part. I mean, she's so beautiful, isn't she? She's so.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's just
That's true. So good. We are back. Let's go to your next film, Mike. Is it Ohio? Is called?
yeah, it's a Japanese movie from the 50s, directed by Ozu. And again, the colors. It's a beautiful. It was filmed in this thing called Agfa color, and it's beautiful browns and reds. Um, and it sort of really captures that sort of 50s, world of the new television. There's these kids in this family want a new TV, and their parents are against it. And I sense that the director Ozu is against it. I think he feels that this is the breakup of the family sort of thing. And it's a very
Hmm.
simple, gentle comedy, but it's got a very bittersweet tone against that, again, that sort of autumnal thing of sort of happiness and sadness mixed. And that's why I
Okay.
thought about it. Yeah.
Interesting. I've never seen it, but I remember you have made some. You have mentioned also in a lot of your videos.
Well, I've picked it because I also thought about, you picked E.T., and it's also about a family and the sort of a slight sort of schism in the family because in E.T., she's a single parent, isn't she? And she's struggling.
Yeah.
So I thought it was a kind of little bond,
Ah, yeah,
link.
true, true. That's good. I think you have seen this film I have chosen, Les Diaboliques,
Yes, I have seen that. Yes.
directed by Clouseau. It's from the 50s, and it's a very, very creepy thriller,
Yeah. Yeah.
and it's also very dark.
And also,
Uh,
I like the fact that you chose it because it's set in a little school, and I think it's set in the winter term, isn't it?
that is probably true. Yeah.
And it reminded me, of my winter terms at school, that film.
Okay. Yeah, but it's also one of those films. It has a quite slow build up,
Yeah.
And then, I still remember, I think I was 16 or 17 when I watched it the first time. And I was home alone, in the autumn time. I think it was the autumn time. And it was dark, and it was raining. And then the end, the last 10 minutes of this movie, I was like, oh, I can't watch it.
When he gets out of the bath, that, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, yeah. But we don't really know what happened the first time you're watching. You don't really know what is going on.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I remember that suspense. It was really, it was getting under my skin.
Well, I have a strange relationship with that film because when I was about 11 years old, our history teacher, it was our last class at night and it was dark
Yeah.
outside. And he
Okay.
told us this incredible story. He says, this is a true story. And we were like on the edge of our seats. And then
Hmm.
years later, I saw Les Diaboliques and I thought, it was just nicked the plot from this film. And it totally ruined the ending in a way, but I still enjoyed
Oh,
the film.
oh, that's sad. And you didn't know it was a film he talked about.
I thought he was telling us a true story, and I was like on the edge of my seat. I was like, "This is incredible."
Yeah. Uh, all right. Then I understand you didn't have that element of surprise.
Yeah,
I think you can watch it and you can sort of feel it doesn't hold totally up when you rewatch it. The plot. I think it's a bit like, I think the authors of it was the same who wrote the story to Hitchcock's Vertigo.
yes, that's right. Yeah,
If I and the same with Vertigo is like it's brilliant film, but if you look at the plot, it doesn't hold up completely.
yeah, but
But it has that element of surprise, and it's brilliantly made.
it's great. It's a very good thriller, and there's bits in it like when his suit is returned from the dry cleaners or something, and then you see him in the window of the
Yeah,
school photograph, and all that. It's really good. It's
it's
great.
very good. Yeah, yeah. You have chosen a film called Still Walking.
Yeah, that kind of goes with Ohio. It's like it's Koreeda. He's another Japanese director, and he was kind of like a modern Ozu. He makes films about the family.
Okay.
And Still Walking is a lovely film. It's about this one day in the life of this family spending a reunion together. They have a reunion every year because the eldest son died in an accident trying to save someone. And it's just how they get together and they squabble. And then every year they insist on inviting the boy who their son saved. It's really horrible, actually. So it's quite a bittersweet film, but it's a lovely film, and every truth about the family is in that movie. You can identify with
Mm.
everything that happens. It's really good. Like the difference between the
In-
oldest son and the youngest son, and the sort of rivalry, and how the parents feel about that. It's all really well done.
Interesting. It's also one of those I didn't know about.
Yeah,
So I
it's worth
will.
watching.
Yeah, yeah. And it was Japanese. You said.
Yeah, yeah, from about
Yeah,
2008, round there.
yeah. All right. Yeah, have it in mind. um, I think the next one I have chosen is one you haven't seen. It's the Heiress,
That's right. I haven't seen that. Yeah.
and I'm not going to say so much about it, so so I don't spoil the film for you. But what I will say is like it's one of those films I want you to see the most that I have seen.
Well, I think I know the story because I think it's based on Washington Square, which I've read, the Henry James. Is that right? Or have I got that
Ooh,
right?
I actually don't know. Suddenly, I don't know for sure.
I think it's based on Washington Square, which I have read and which I really liked. It's one of
Okay.
Henry James's early books. Yeah, but I haven't seen the film because I know it's your favorite director and your favorite actress. So
Yes, yeah, and it has, of course, Olivia de Havilland, but Montgomery Clift and Ralph Richardson is also in it, and they are brilliant.
wow. Okay.
Yeah, and it has that it's very noirish in its look,
Yeah.
and film noir also has that autumn feeling to it, and but it's very dark. It goes in some sad directions.
Okay.
So when if you ever get the chance to see it, then I would like to know.
I'm gonna put it on my rental list after this. Yeah, definitely.
That's good because it's also very well made, well made. I think it's my favorite William Wyler film actually.
He's Best Years of Our Lives, isn't he? He's the same director.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes. Um, the next one you have chosen is one I have seen. It's The Deer Hunter.
Yes, the Deer Hunter. Again, all those lovely reds and golds in that sort of countryside around Pittsburgh. So it's a very beautiful film.
It is.
I mean, it's a horrible film, but you know what I found interesting about this movie is, I mean, Michael Cimino, Heaven's Gate has got lots of reds and golds, and it's very beautiful. And he directs films like silent movies. Like if
Hmm?
you go back to the Deer Hunter, there's hardly any real dialogue. It's all just
Hmm.
improvisation and or half-heard dialogue. The whole thing's like a silent movie.
Okay, yeah. I haven't noticed, but it's been years since I've seen it. But next time I will see when I rewatch it, then I will try to have that in mind. The thing about the Deer Hunter, I feel is like I think it's the best in the beginning.
Yes.
The wedding, it's very long if I remember
Yeah.
correctly.
Goes
But
on
I
for
really
half an
think
hour.
that,
Yeah.
yeah. But I think it's brilliant, But I never liked the whole the Russian roulette thing in Vietnam. I don't like that about the film.
Yeah, it goes on too long, basically.
Yeah.
You know, the opening scenes of De Niro in Vietnam are brilliant,
Yes.
but then that stuff with the Russian roulette goes on a bit too long. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yes.
feel it's a bit unnecessary.
Yeah.
But I think it's very, very well made, and I do feel it has that awesome feeling. Also in the nature in this
Yeah.
film.
And the soundtrack, that sort of guitar theme, always reminds me of autumn. I don't know why.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons I picked it.
Yeah. But I can definitely see it, and I think it's also one of those films. Did it win an Oscar?
It won the best film. Yeah.
Oh, it did. Okay,
Yeah, it did.
but
Yeah.
I think it's a film that some people either love or hate.
Yeah. Well, I know that there's one critic I read, Jonathan Rosenbaum. He hates it because of the Russian roulette, because he says
Okay.
that's not true. The Vietnamese never did that, and he said it's a bad portrait of the Vietnamese from an American point of view, which I
Hmm.
suppose fair enough. But I
Yeah.
think I think the point of the film is to sort of look at the film from the war from the point of view of ordinary people who are forced to go
Yeah.
out and fight. So
I also feel that. So I'm not offended by the Russian roulette thing. I just find it a bit unnecessary.
yeah, it's a bit overdone. I agree. I think so.
Yeah. Yeah. But it's worth watching, and I will rewatch it again someday.
Yeah,
Um, I have chosen Night of the Living Dead, which I know you like.
I love it. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely love it. But I was
Uh,
surprised as an autumn film. That was interesting.
the thing is like I also think it's because I watched that for the first time in the autumn, so I had that feeling.
Oh, right, okay.
It really gets creepy, and even though it's very primitive, but it's really well made it's kind of you know what I mean.
Yeah. It's kind of grunge filmmaking, but that
Yeah,
that works because of the subject matter and the sort of sense of dread these people trapped. I think, yeah, it's
exactly, and I think it's very influential if you look at other kind of zombie movies afterwards.
yeah. Oh, I think it started a whole new trend in horror. It was a kind of landmark movie, you know. And I was like you, I saw it when I was young and I was at home. I think we were you alone when you
Yeah,
watched it? Yeah, I was, and I heard it was this great horror movie, and for the vast majority of it, I thought, what's going on? What is what is this
yeah,
movie? And then the ending just sort of
yeah.
just hit me, you know.
Yeah, it hits you really. It's the ending I remember the most actually.
It's extraordinary. It's
Yeah,
it sort of leaves you sort of speechless, you know. You don't know.
exactly. And I think it's more. I've seen Dawn of the Dead is the second one he made, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah,
I also enjoy that, but I feel this is more a film for me. This one, I feel it's a bit more haunting.
yeah. Dawn of the Dead's more of a sort of action movie, really.
Yeah,
I mean, I love it, but yeah, Night of the Dead, I would put slightly above it for the same reason because it genuinely gets to you. It's, you know,
yeah. It's a bit more thought-provoking, also. I feel.
yeah, the ending certainly, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, yeah. You have chosen a film. I don't know how you pronounce it. It's like Rendezvous at Bray. I
Oh,
don't know.
yeah, Rendezvous à Bray, yeah, it's a Belgian
Ah,
movie. I like this film again. It's very the colors again, and it's set in this house, this chateau in the woods, and this guy, he's got his friend, and his friend is away at the First World War, and he says you can go and stay at my house, and he goes to the house and he finds this mysterious woman is there looking after the house, and they start this kind of relationship, and then he
hmm.
sort of finds himself looking back over his friendship with his friend who doesn't turn up. He never turns up throughout the whole movie. And you're
Hmm.
sort of wondering, has he deliberately put this woman there for his friend? You know, what's going on?
Oh, okay.
And it's the music is beautiful. Some of it is classical music, and some of it is music that was written for the film to sound classical.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
and I've got a box set, and it's got a CD of the music, all the whole
Interesting.
soundtrack, and it's such a
Uh,
beautiful film. It's very light, but it leaves you feeling very melancholy and wistful.
what kind of genre is it? The
Um,
movie?
it's I was going to say it's an art film, but it's not really. I think anyone could get into it. It's like a period costume drama, really,
Okay. Yeah.
and it's kind of romantic, but it's romantic where you don't know who the woman is. She's kind of
Hmm.
mysterious. Anna
All
Karina,
right.
Anna Karina.
Okay. I think it's one I have to check out. I don't think it was that long either.
It's a very short film. It's about 80 minutes. Yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
like a
Yeah,
short
that's not.
story type of thing. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting. Interesting. Um, yeah. The final film I chose is a movie I know you really much like. It's the Skyfall.
Ah, yes, best Bond.
Yeah, I think I've seen your Bond video. I think three times actually, because I've sometimes I've watched some Bond movies over the years. Then I think, oh, which one did you put in your favorite? And I remember you put it at number one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a bit old-fashioned. I like the old Connery, Roger Moore Bonds, but Skyfall, I think, is the best film in the Bond series. You know, in terms of plot and character and how it develops. I think it's just a really, really great film, and I love the ending. All that set back in his house in Scotland. I think that whole sequence is fantastic.
That's very good, and I also feel it has very good dialogue. This
Yeah,
movie,
and that's
and
not always the case in Bond movies, let's be
no,
honest.
and no, exactly because Spectre and No Time to Die, the other ones afterwards, I don't think they have that great dialogue.
Yeah, so yeah, I love Skyfall. I'm a great fan, actually.
Yeah, I think my favorite of Daniel Craig is Casino Royale personally. But Skyfall, I feel like it was the first Bond movie I saw in cinema, so that also had an effect. And
Okay.
it's also very much the atmosphere, and it is also very much there's a lot of rain in it. You
Yeah.
know, it has
Yeah.
that autumn feeling.
It's not like a typical Bond action movie with lots of fun and, you know, girls and
No,
gadgets. It's kind of it's kind of him sort of redefining his identity. That's what I think it does have an autumnal feel, when he goes back home and goes back to the family house and his life.
Yeah, definitely. And I love his chemistry with Judy Dench in it.
Yeah, she's great in it. She's really, it's her movie, really.
Definitely. And I also think the new Q and Moneypenny is great in this.
Yeah, they are very good. Ben
And
Whishaw, fantastic actor. Yeah,
yeah, he's really, really good. And was it Naomi Harris she is called?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like that scene when she shapes him.
yeah.
That is like it's kind of I still remember that in cinema. I was like 12 years old. And I'm like, oh yeah, that is hot. Yeah. But your final movie, Mike, is Sunset Song.
Yeah, it's a lovely Terence Davis film from about 2015 that often gets ignored. I think it's because it's based on this very old-fashioned Scottish novel, which is really miserable, like
Hmm.
Scottish novels are. And this poor woman, she's a young woman, she's got ambitions, but she's forced to look after the family farm, and her father is quite horrible and tries to assault her at one point. And then she marries this guy who's forced to go out to the First World War, and he comes back and he's all damaged. So it's quite a sad story, but Terence Davis films it because what he really wants to show is how much he loves that old lifestyle. And there's this whole 10-minute sequence in the middle of the film where he just shows a Scottish wedding.
Hmm.
And it's so beautiful in the old croft and the barns, and everyone gets together and has a song. Yeah, so that I think it's a lovely film, just a very nostalgic film, but also quite powerful at the same time.
Okay, I will check it out. I remember you are quite big fan of Terence Davis. You have made a video about him as well, isn't it? You
Yeah, he
have.
died. He died recently, and I did a kind of obituary video to him.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, that's true. I remember. I remember I saw it.
yeah, yeah.
So
Great,
that's
great filmmaker.
okay. Yeah, yeah. You were. I think you said something. I don't know if it was that video, but you are kind of a bigger fan of him than, for example, Mike Lee.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I think so. They're both very English directors, but Terence Davis is a bit more sober, a bit more nostalgic and wistful at the same time. Mike Lee's a bit harsher for me, and I think sometimes his character's a bit caricatured for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen the Mike Lee film Another Year?
No, I haven't seen that one actually. No.
Because that one is my favorite Mike Lee film actually, and it goes through every season actually, also autumn, and I kind of find that movie to be moving actually.
Yeah, because I saw you did a video review of that, didn't you, about a
Yes,
year ago? Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I
So
must
so
watch
but
that.
yeah, perhaps I'm not sure it's for you, but I do find it worth watching.
Because Jim Broadbent's in it, isn't he?
Yes,
That's right. Yeah.
yeah, and I think it's quite good and yeah, heartfelt. Uh,
Okay, I'll check it out.
so good, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike, we managed to go through this all these films.
We've
And we hope it will be okay in the
we've had
in the
some
end.
technical problems, viewers. Sorry.
Yeah, but I'm happy you wanted to be in this video.
Yeah, thank you for inviting me. And it's great.